Tribe, welcome back. It's me, Mr. Hall, again in the flesh, digitally. Um, if you don't know, I'm an author, founder, healer, conscious system architect, shaman, many labels, simply undeniable and unexplainable, right? As reality is still catching up to define and context with enough language, okay? And either way, I'm here to provide another piece of insight, give some further space, and really help you get confirmations, specifically because you are your own best judge, right? And also channel any divine higher conscious or important messages that may be pertinent for you in your awakening spiritually, wherever you are on this journey, okay, as being a soul and more. Now, as soon as I begin the video, I begin to channel. And what happens is, what I picked up today specifically, remember, all my readings are timeless, okay? If you would like to book a reading, I am available, very selective with who I read for. Our energy and times are precious if we still are operating within the systems of Gregorian calendars and standard definitions, rather conventional, societal, agreed upon understandings of time. If you know, you know. And for practicality, click the link above in the bio, check all of my products and services, and also other platforms that may be calling to you as well, okay? As we are stepping into the time of understanding our death multidimensionally and intersectionally, okay? Releasing these limiting cages that at one point kept us safe, but really turned out being to the detriment of the whole, okay, collectively. So what I did pick up today is a slowing down of pace. It seems like recently you've definitely gone through some form of release, okay? I'm picking up some type of karmic cycle, some type of karmic attachments, some type of bondage has been broken, okay? You've separated from that. This is an omnism, animism, and inclusive space. So everyone is welcome, no matter where you fall on the spiritual smorgasbord, okay, of being, okay? The only rule and condition for now is alignment and allowing the energy to flow, okay? So, what I picked up is really integrating back into and with society with newfounds, so new grounds, new levels of foundational understanding and consciousness. And being able to articulate this very well through your being, your actions, your existence, okay? I'm picking up the energy of being paid to exist. And this may not be in the format that we would the standardized format of financial payment. This may be in the energy of being outside of systems that have inadvertently attempted to control or minimize or steal energy, okay, vitality. Okay, we're separating from that. And this has been the energy consensus that has been agreed upon as well within many different spiritual communities, okay? But either way, I'm picking up this energy similar to this necklace here. We can just say these are beads. If you know, you know. There's much more to this. But these connections and links between all aspects of the self, individually and collectively, these new linkings being found, and in a external reality of chaos, perceived chaos, illusions and lies are being permanently broken and deconstructed. And we're able to grasp very broad and abstract ways of thinking practically, okay? And this interweaving of these energies. The interweaving, it was mentioned in a previous video. Click below, check it out. It may be calling to you if that is a major confirmation to you. And how you'll be able to identify these confirmations will be through an instant truth resonance, okay? You can hear my words, but the explaining, no matter what I say, blue, green, orange, or white, that also may be significant, these colors, okay? You may want to look into those chakras, but blue, orange, green, and white, you will feel the resonation. You will feel You will feel. You will be able to feel past what you hear. Okay, and this is one of the key signs of a confirmation. And the way that I've explained that to you just now is going to be significant for any and upcoming. I'm picking up these energies of attraction, of mutual magnetism, being drawn into your space. Okay. All right, and okay, so anal, okay, that may be significant, and the release of shit, literally, and or in a pleasure context, the expression of pleasure, through different means. Okay, I'm picking up the energy of, let's use world and politics in this moment, and these may also have significance during times of repression, depression, any type of oppression, any of the echelons that have a negative context. Okay, I'm picking up echelon as well. That may be something. So shift, moving on up to the upper echelon. Okay, and in this context, it's outside of what we have collectively been understanding and agreed upon as what is defined as truth as far as upper echelon. Okay, so I'm picking up a spiritual upgrade and a pleasure in releasing any of the shit, getting rid of the shit, cutting through the shit. I'm picking up an Ace of Swords energy if you are familiar with tarot, if you are familiar with Hermetic sciences, cutting through any illusion by literally being able to have and maintain and hold frequency and control of your mind. Okay, so there's some gift of clairvoyance coming through as well. If you're unfamiliar with any of the terms that I just mentioned, do your research. Okay, this is publicly available knowledge, right? Yes. Okay, so you're getting a big confirmation of a yes. So a yes answer. You're getting a yes. Oh boy. The difficulty in speaking is because the energies are so great, so vast, and happening so rapidly. Okay, but that explanation has a significance as well. Okay, because you are bringing what is subconscious forward, and 90% of the human species operates in this subconscious space that, when is subconscious, can be manipulated. Okay, and the manipulation is ending as you are reaching a peaceful resolution of understanding. Okay, yes, a peaceful resolution is here. You already have it. Okay, and do you see this white orb, which I've recently introduced into my readings, this white light? Okay, it's connecting you. Okay, you are being surrounded by a purification energy and releasing the shit. Okay, and improving your health. Okay, and do you see the similar? So on the card, you'll see the imagery of this white light. Okay, I'll move the card around so you can see it. Okay, that white light surrounding the individual in the card, no gender, is exemplifying a divine feminine energy with a holy grail, or a cup of full emotions. Okay, a cup of wish fulfillment, emotional fulfillment. Okay, and it's being supported and held up by these astral energies. Okay, I almost want to say non-human intelligences for context, but and orishas, whatever you would define as God and divinity, in whatever spaces that language resonates with a higher frequency, vibration, and understanding. Okay, it's being held up by these frequencies. And if you look, this spiral interweaving of this energy. Okay, I'm picking up logic and sense, interwoven now, and expanding broadly. Okay, because once it hits the cup, let's say that this white orb of energy surrounding, reflected in my background light, okay, is literally reaching the hands of this divine energy, which would be the physical vessel of the self. Okay, and you're being guided to trust. All right, so depending on where you are in the timeline, you may be feeling that you need to rush, move forward, this action-oriented energy to achieve, this fire, passion energy, which is great and beautiful and has been serving well. However, with these changes and integrations, okay, the main focus is to hold the frequency. I'm picking up a luscious, relaxing energy. Okay, it feels luscious and relaxing. Okay, say that with me, luscious and relaxing. Okay, because it feels that a weight has been so a weight has been so transformed that it is now the stepping stool. Okay? That it is now the proverbial stepping stool, stepping stone. Okay? And these may be significant. You may have, that may be of significance. You may have a stepping stone, a stepping stool. You may see that come up in any other messages that you read. If you are beginning to get into spirituality, if you are a channeler yourself, which most likely you are, my messages tend to be for the very elevated. Okay? And don't stop in reverse. Okay? You are understanding that you are your best judge and answer. This energy and this attachment to, I would say, the matrix, the perceived and engineered reality, which simply would represent agreed upon truths and agreed upon facts that are evolving every moment, and such at a rapid rate with the integration of this higher knowledge and information, right? No longer are holding as true, no longer as solid and solidified in being, okay? With an existence of this 3D physical terrestrial reality. Okay, so you're being guided. This don't stop card, how this is translating for me and what I'm picking up from this energy of this card today is, it's not, you're being guided with signs that are external, that are possibly engineered and manipulating the conscious. Okay, subconsciously manipulating the conscious, and you are recognizing this. Okay. Something very significant about the V, okay? So V may be very significant, a valley, a steep. So it seems like the process was a downward steep, hit rock bottom, and zooming off, okay? That's the energy that I'm picking up from that. Enjoy the ad-libs. So be sure that you are communicating clearly with the universe, your higher self, asking for what you want and taking action in that fashion. So we're separating from this do shit, right? We're separating from this do to communicating clearly through conscious thought what your desired reality will be. Okay, it's already in existence if we look in the perspectives of quantum, okay, science. All right, I want to say pseudosciences, but in the way that empirical science is now also being identified possibly as pseudoscience within specific communities. Okay, so multiple timelines existing at once, multiple dimensions of yourself existing at once, and releasing of shame, guilt, heaviness, doubt, fear, all of these denser emotions, denser frequencies are being released and transmuted and fed back to you in the form of alignment, anointing, adorning, appreciation, gratitude, okay, celebration, wish fulfillment, emotional fulfillment, physical fulfillment. Okay, your body may even be going through changes of health, of wealth. Okay, you may be seeing these changes happen, and it is because I'm picking up some spiritual warfare has been released from you. Okay, in the few readings I've done recently, I have been picking up heavy spiritual warfare in the sense of collectively many individuals recognizing this, okay? And you will be knowing and recognizing this. As soon as you hop on any electronic device, you will be feeling this difference. You will see this energy shift, okay? And I'm also picking up these energies that are denser, darker, demonic energies in a negative context, because there's no good and or evil. We are in the space of non-duality and interconnectedness here. But these energies that we're attempting to latch on and leech on have been removed, okay? New doors are opening, and bear with me as you are learning to also shut the correct doors. Okay, so let me continue. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use the Hermetic Tarot deck. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so animal spirits as well. I'll be using the Animal Spirit deck. All right, and the Hermetic Tarot deck. All right. I enjoy. Okay, you may be enjoying this process of regrounding this energy as well. You may have been feeling very flighty, very inconsistent, but these are projections as old selves, old parts of yourselves have been removed. I'm picturing it this way. What's coming to me in my mind and seen in imagery and message. Okay, an actor will perform different parts of the character that they are assigned to perform in these acting films, these productions, whichever way you would like to define acting. And we are separating collectively from the act, right? And really integrating all the characters that we have decided to possibly play over our lifetimes, this lifetime, okay? And integrating as well past, as in recent past and or reincarnation past life past, and future selves, okay? It seems that we've reached this open doorway and portal, okay, similar to this background lighting here. We've reached this doorway portal where we can reach through and pull ourselves forward, okay? Depending on where you are holding your vibration and where you are in your spiritual awakening and understanding of consciousness, okay? This is happening collectively. If I've already lost you and the message doesn't resonate, that is okay. Book a session with me. We can discuss. And possibly you may be called to this video to discuss, okay? This can be your confirmation. Either way, do your research, all right? Look up some of the words that are coming out of my mouth. You will have more space to grasp and understand. And what will happen for you, separate of me, okay, is you will get the space and opportunity to have a deeper understanding of others and yourself, which ultimately heals and leads from the cycle of repetitive healing, okay? This repetitive cycle of healing to being healed, all right? And I've already cleansed all the energy, okay? The energy around me is cleansed, let's put it that way. All right. I'm also picking up some of you may have a story to tell, okay? Some of you may have a story to tell, and you're being guided to tell this story, okay? Your angels are answering you, whatever you define as angels or entities, non-human, non-terrestrial, okay? The energies are guiding you towards this, and you're picking up this frequency. You're picking up the twigs, the broken pieces, okay? And you're putting them together. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. So, the first card we have for the recent past is the Knight of Pentacles. Okay? This deer has high significance. I'll go ahead and give you the spiritual meaning. Let me confirm it. As when you are co-creating reality and separating from any meanings outside of yourself. Okay? For context. So I'm picking up for context doing research. So heavy on this research. I believe I've said that and repeated it maybe at least 3 times, right? And in school, a teacher would repeat something, not for themselves, but for, right. Okay, there we go. So in the recent past, you experienced some type of generosity, gentleness, okay? I'm picking up a stag spirit. All right, a balance between masculine and feminine energies, and possibly eccentricity, okay? Eccentricity, being eccentric, okay? Having a one-of-a-kind way to be and express the energy that is you, okay? During this lifetime, with wings, okay? I'm picking up a reindeer. I'm picking up Santa Claus. I'm picking up some form of miraculous generosity that was bestowed upon you from the divine. Okay, and you'll know what I'm talking about. That will be your personal experience. I'm reading for a large collective of people worldwide and universally, okay? But either way, it seems that you've stepped into your North Node with this Knight of Pentacles energy, the Lord of the wild and fertile land, right? You've picked up some type of fertile energy. You've crossed over a bridge. You've crossed over some slit in your consciousness. You've crossed over something that was possibly separating you via perception, via forced thought, something like that. Okay, you've gone from the edge of the beach to being in the ocean. Okay, this is an imagery that I'll express with you, a metaphor that I'll share. Okay, so North Node in Virgo, that may be significant. The pentagram, okay, also representing, depending on where you look, but since we're using the Hermetic Tarot deck specifically, the triangle pointing down, the triangle pointing up, the merger of the two, a balance of divine masculine and divine feminine energies, okay, a unity, right? And you see that he's holding this staff, okay, and it's this divine unity connecting to the wing, all right, the right wing of the deer, okay, this angelic universal energy that's looking down, and the deer is actually touching directly in the front of the crown of this King of Pentacles, this Knight of Pentacles, okay? All right, and this is very significant because you may be in depending on where you are on the timeline, because I'm heavily picking up this peace, this grace, this fertility, you tapping into this energy of yourself, and it's beautiful and you're loving it. And also simultaneously, for some in the timeline, you may be feeling this chaotic opposite energy, where even though your path, your soul truth, your true work is giving you the okay, the yes over and over, you're still possibly attaching to I wanted to say indoctrination, programming, okay, deprogramming, unlearning. These are language terms that we'd want to investigate, all right? But you're still attached to the standardized processes of being as we have known them, okay? The shift has happened. You are already here, right? Your higher self, the divine, wherever and whichever title and however you view that, okay? If it is you yourself, if you define yourself as God, a divine feminine, a divine masculine, any archetypal energies of divinity, or light or dark, whatever, you are on your right path. And even though it may feel wrong, okay, if it may feel or be perceived as incorrect, conventionally logic-based, and no, you're being guided, and this is happening for you intuitively, for you to understand, yes, you are on the right path, okay? That is a confirmation. Now, so this happened in the recent past. You've had this, because as you see, behind this masculine energy, so taking action in the form of connecting divinely, okay, and grounding this energy, as the pentacles represent earth, right, an earth frequency, grounding, physical. So taking action through mental space, physically, okay, with balance in hand and in both hands, okay, using divine balance to shield. And similarly, if you look very closely, I just noticed here as well, when the card fell, I noticed this line, okay, almost like a tile, quadrants, okay, quadrants. I'm picking up quadrants within the divine balance. So each section of yourself being given the correct space and the correct balance to express itself and to be appreciated by you, okay? This is happening in the recent past. That'll be heavy confirmation, but you're moving towards this fertile land. As you see behind the horse, it's kind of flat, and the horse, the spirit energy, the animals, okay, are moving you forward, okay? And the misconception may have been that the divine is giving you the correct message straight to your cranium, okay, that may be significant. And even though you're going the right direction, it may have not felt so. The divine is giving you the right direction and go ahead, but you're going against the grain. That's a good way to put that for us, going against the grain. And that is healthy and okay. And every time you choose to go against the grain and honor your inner truth, your inner knowing, you are strengthening your connection to spirit. You are strengthening your connection to understanding what, who, why, and how you are, okay? The gifts that you have to share, all right? And we have Two of Cups with love, okay? So you're in this divine frequency of love with Cancerian energy, okay? Emotional energy. So your cup is overflowing, and with this dolphin energy, I'm picking up heavy sexual energy, but sexual energy, possibly literally sexual energy, okay? Sex, pleasure, but also in creation. You are in this divine overflow of creative energy. A gateway and a portal has been opened for you to enjoy this blissful pleasure, okay? Lord of love, the Venus energy. So heavy Venetian energy, okay, represented twice. So doubly founded, okay, as far as the Two of Cups, 2 cups of love coming together. This may also represent an energy of love between yourself, your higher self, interdimensionality, the aspects of the new knowledge that you have found and are grounding, a possible external individual or individuals, however you define and view love, okay? You are in it, being it, you're the epitome of love, okay, in this space. All right. And in the near future, we have this King of Pentacles reverse. So I'm picking up with the Prince of the Chariot of Earth, right? So the way that we've moved through Earth, okay, moved through understanding this physical energy, entities, this space, okay, is changing. And the imagery that is coming to mind is that even though things are solid, on a molecular level, getting down to the nitty-gritty of things, everything is in motion. Energy, frequency, vibration, all things are moving, even this physical card, as fast, okay? So the speed is changing, okay? This acceleration, and what has been coming up through all of the readings are these neutrinos, okay? Look into the word neutrinos. These are similar to particles that exist through dimensions, okay? Coming from all sides of space, dimensions, places we haven't even been yet as a species. We'll keep it contextual. Places that we haven't been yet as a species. These neutrinos are blasting through us at all times, okay? Similar to how light travels, okay? The speed of light. But even faster than light are neutrinos, because neutrinos move through all matter unimpacted and unaffected, undeniable and unexplainable. Well, now a bit more explainable, right? As the remembrance, the collective remembrance, the collective recall has brought this forth for us to share, okay? So the way that we have gone about in the recent past with this King of Pentacles, and do you see this it's a deep, devilish, devious energy that I'm picking up, almost leprechaun-like energy, jinn-like energy, okay? Let's say Luciferian energy in a negative context, let's put it that way, no good evils or bads, but my point is, this energy that has been holding, I would say, dominion over consciousness of the subconscious is being reversed, okay? It's being released and dispersed in balance. And with that, the imagery that's coming to mind, if you take a look around the world, you'll see that what has already been existing is being more apparent, okay? These really heavy, dense, dark energies, okay? People are not becoming evil, quote unquote. People are not, and the society is not becoming evil. It's a shakeup to what has been hidden, and many masks have fallen off. Those of us that understand the aspects of being actors, not in a malicious sense, but the facet of time and place to be specific ways, those dimensions are now changing, okay? You can be a church leader and enjoy pleasure and sex. You can be a healer and get upset to be able to feel your emotions. You can be a non-performer and step into a truth of what you are authentically. Believe it or not, okay? Next, we're going to go with the Animal Spirit Tarot deck. So key themes, all right, tribe, were what? The key themes were releasing, being in peace, following your own flow. No need to overproduce, no need to overperform. You're being guided to attract, magnetize, and align. And you have wonderfully done so. And me saying this to you is simply another confirmation, as you know this yourself now. This is your confirmation, okay? All right. Wow. So confirming this Knight of Pentacles, we have the Whale Spirit. We're getting pregnant, big belly. Okay, that may be significant. Beauty standards changing, ideologies changing, okay? But the Whale Spirit, the great mystery, and the number 65, so a balanced change, okay, coming through. Okay, and if you look at it in its own way, the whale has its own wings, these large fins that would amass to a couple people lined up and more. Right? The weight of those fins. But in the water, this whale is almost flying. Okay, so really stepping into your element, stepping into your authentic way of being, and the ethers flowing around you to make sure and orchestrate that with that white orb that we saw, okay, of protection and energy and divinity and balance. Okay. I'm also picking up higher frequencies. You may be tapping into solfeggio frequencies, okay? Understanding how frequencies impact you, binaural beats, okay? Listening and hearing through one side of the ear at one time, okay? One at a time. Looking into different modalities and pathologies to heal, okay? I'm seeing, you know, getting sound and vibration and frequency. Your ear may be ringing. I'm not a doctor, okay? Go ahead and seek out those legal professionals within your area, even though you may be seeking out more holistic ways of getting medicine, okay? Healing yourself, being your own best healer. But let's say listening to one thing out one side of the ear, listening to something else out another side of the ear, hearing and getting ringing in the ear on either side. These are spiritual messages and confirmations for you, okay? Breathing consciously while holding one nostril closed, holding the other nostril closed, okay? Not for the use of tools. Do not recommend that or suggest that. Where you are on your spiritual journey is up to you. I'm not recommending it, but you understand. So for this specific context, holding for conscious breathing, okay? The controlling of breath, the controlling of life, okay? The controlling of life going into you, feeding yourself life and reminding yourself of the power to be alive, okay? And the active choice of living and thriving, all right? So listen. Okay. Okay. Yeah, and this perception of you being alone, okay, with the otter spirit. I mean, if this isn't synchronistic and confirmational to you all, then I am available to help you see. Here, the otter spirit, you are never alone. And do you see this heart? These two otters coming together to bring balance, divine masculine, divine feminine energies. You can identify this however you would like, okay? 3232 may also be significant, or 3223, a mirroring of souls, a mirroring of energy and frequency divinely orchestrated, similarly to these two dolphins. And if we look at one bigger than the other, I'm seeing this as even a more paternal love, a more familial love, a occupational love, a interdimensional love. So many plethoras and many truths to love, okay? And that is still expanding as we ourselves are still expanding and evolving, okay? The numbers 4 and 2 or 42 may also be significant, all right? So stable balance, okay? So stability being balanced, okay? Stability being balanced, okay? And divinely supported as well, okay? These new stability pathways are being divinely supported, okay? And you are never alone. And for some of you may have needed to hear this. And with this Cancerian energy, this is a very deep, so I'm picking up currently the love of being able to have now healed deep soul wounds, okay? Bone deep wounds, thought processes wounds, emotional, mental, physical, spiritual wounds. This wounding has been released. These energetic vampiric energies have been released. And you have reached a catharsis, okay, in your experience. Now, we have the King of Pentacles reverse, and we want to get to this as well. The reversal of the perspective around this devilish energy, or the perspective of, okay. I'm picking up work, play, okay? The separation between what we're defining as work and what we're defining as play, okay? Because it's always dealing with emotional fulfillment and pentacles, right? So if we look at this practically and based on the standard definition of the tarot, we can say, oh, and there's two cards. Oh, okay. Yeah. Right. Okay. Right. So this control, right? Releasing this control, because to confirm this King of Pentacles reverse, all right, which is the Lord of monetary wealth. Let's put it that way, in the suit of the tarot. This, okay? Okay, one of the strongest kings, okay, being upside down. It's a release of this control, as we got the giraffe spirit, which is asking us to see the big picture, okay? So cutting away from this limited thinking, all right? And similarly, cutting away from this limited thinking and these tiles, this separation, you crossing over the bridge of all these boxes and getting into the quadrants and seeing the bigger picture, okay? You're not stuck in this square, this box. You are all of the space around it as well, and multiple other boxes are interconnected to you, ultimately creating the neck, supporting, stabilizing you, the C4, C5s, okay? And the anatomical and physiological aspects of the body, okay? Supporting you, keeping your neck up, keeping you alive, okay? And you're guided to trust. Again, co-create with spirit, the crow, the crone, wisdom, okay? And if you look into the heart, this is the first time I'm seeing that. Let's take a look together. It looks like there's some vibrant light coming out of the throat chakra of the crow, as well as the heart chakra. And it almost looks like a winged being, okay? Or I'm seeing mountains as well taking shape, okay? Okay? Almost as though an individual similar to this Knight of Pentacles holding that staff of balance with this beautiful, okay, this light within the shadows and the darkness, okay? So I'm picking up this energy. The yin and yang is coming to symbolic mind, where the image, if you're unfamiliar with the yin and yang symbol, it is a black and white symbol, okay, that links together. And in the spaces, let's say where my pointer finger is and my thumb, this side is all white. This side, where my thumb is pointing, is all black. But the tips, within the white, there's a tip of black. And in the black predominant space, there's a tip of white. And the balance is holding that there is no definitive good, there is no definitive evil. There is a balance and beautiful, blessed, anointed coexistence of both polarities, okay? So this magnetism that I picked up earlier. Wow. Okay, so significant numbers, 1 and 7. So 17, breaking down into an 8. So your abundance, we're understanding that abundance, collectively, we are understanding and stepping into a space of understanding that abundance is divinely orchestrated, and simply stepping into it, even physically and or primarily through subconscious becoming awareness, conscious, okay? And taking those steps actively to continue and fortify the dream of your reality that you wish to experience. As if you can dream it, you can achieve it. Okay? That simple. This is the space that we're stepping into. Okay? Okay. Well, let's see what this wants to clarify. Knight of Cups, Lord of Waves and Waters. Yeah. Your emotions are taking action, controlled and balanced. Take a look at this card. You may see significance relation to you. Okay, this crab symbolism, so you may have strong Cancer placements. All right, and these peacock feathers and peacocks, along with the hair that appears to be a flame. This is specifically water-based, a water-based card, but you'll see that there's a hot water. So I'm picking up boiling water. So boiled emotions have cooked the crab. Let's put it that way. You have cooked the crab's shell, and all of that tender energy has been fortified into strength, okay? So your emotions, your energy in motion is moving energy, okay? Through your words, through your being, through your actions, through your sight, many different layers, all right? I'll circle back just to make sure that you heard all of the messages. So the whale spirit mentions to you to trust the great mystery. Okay. The depths. Okay. A whale's song, I'm also picking up. So whales can be very significant in a literal sense. You may be seeing whales. You may be having dreams of whales. You may want to look into dream interpretation. You want to possibly look into astral travel, okay? Because I pick up a very dreamy energy from this. Okay? And then also the otter spirit, never alone, finding your tribe in the sea, okay? The sea is a big place. There are lots of risks and all of these different things, similar to the world that is on the land, right? But otters find a way to cling together even in the cold and help each other stay warm, okay? And this may be spiritually, not even physically, but either way. The crow spirit, co-create with spirit, okay? Let your dreams and the light of yourself take flight, okay? Into the darkness and with the darkness, balanced, all right? And giraffe spirit, see the big picture, okay? 2992. Birthdays, days of the week, significant angel numbers you may have been seeing. So 666, 555, 111, 111, 1111, 777, okay? So very good luck and auspicious energy I'm picking up in this reading. It started a few readings back and spiritual birth there. Yeah, that release and confirmation. All right, let's check out the higher self oracle deck as well. Yeah, okay, you're being guided to clear your energy, okay? And or this has happened and this is your confirmation. You possibly have completed some type of energy clearing ritual, some type of cord cutting ritual, okay? And there are many ways to practice different rituals and similar to the developing of a habit in practical form, okay? Clearing your energy, celestially, okay? I'm picking up celestially, okay? You're clearing your energy. Dreams, as we did just mention, okay? You're clearing your dreams. You're clearing the way for your dreams. And I'm picking up Basset energy, okay? Very Egyptian heritage, okay? Lineage. Your dreams are cleared. Your energy is cleared. Nothing is blocking you. Nothing is stopping you. You're on your way. You're already there. And again, 7, as I dropped the card, it came to me. So go with the flow. In clearing your energy, you're going with the flow, okay? And these are a lot of divine feminine energy. So it seems that there's some, possibly an ancestor, grandmother, ancestor, some type of nurturing, mothering energy. Now, this doesn't have to be a woman. This can just be the energy of nurturing, right? Okay, just independent on the gender, right? You may be a teacher, you may be a healer. You're being guided to help others also learn to clear their energy and glow glow with the flow. Glow as in shine with the flow, okay? And ask for guidance if you need it. Ask for guidance. Remember to check in with your ancestors. Remember to check in with your angels. Remember to check in with anything you connect to spiritually, energetically, mentally, emotionally. Remember to check in with yourself, as we are many parts of ourselves. Neglect no parts, okay? Honor the sacred of all parts of you, okay? Oh yeah, anger. Listen, okay? Okay. You're being guided. Okay. So you're being guided to honor your anger, okay? Forgiveness is healthy, yes, but healthier and healthiest is honoring yourself and your true emotions. You feel anger, feel it. Let that shit burn, right? Let it burn. Don't burn yourself. Don't burn the house down. Don't get too crashed out. Don't go out of character, right? Find a way that is a healthy coping mechanism and not even needing to have a coping mechanism, a healthy way to release those anger emotions, that jealousy, that hate. Look at that. Anger. But use that fire, utilize that passion, utilize that drive, and turn it into gratitude. Because as you see within gratitude, all that orange and red energy, it's shifted, it's transmuted, and it is now laying foundation, okay? I'm picking this up as a sound, a note, okay? An om frequency, okay? Again, I did mention in this reading something about frequencies, all right? Shifting from the frequency of anger into gratitude, using your anger to be thankful. Anger, what are you teaching me? Anger, what are you showing me? Anger, how can I use you as you are my tool? Okay, all right. Nice. Yeah. And a final message I'll give. No right path to love. Okay. Go within. Okay, you're being guided to go within. Holding this energy. You see that charge, that sacral chakra charge in the womb. Okay, directly in the middle on this card. Okay, and all of the energy spewing outwards beautifully. Okay? Creating waves of quantum connection, creating waves of energetic connection, creating waves of opportunity, creating waves of blessings. Anointing, okay? But with on the right path reversed and love reversed, there's no wrong or right way to love. There's no wrong or right way to understand the paths of love. It is a journey. Okay? Love is a journey. Divine masculine, divine feminine energy, in whatever form, as you see, they are simply shadows and we're outlined by the divine energies. They are archetypes, they are spaces, they are held. Okay? There's no divine imagery for what love is. An unconditional love is a space to reach within yourself. The right path does not exist. They are all the right path of what works for you and your capacity to be able to see. Okay? Go left, go right, do this, do that. You pick what you see. You pick what you want to be. You pick, and such, you step into your power and you create. Okay? So, for now, tribe, I'll leave this message here. I know this has brought you some clarity, possibly even questions. Remember, link is in the bio. Click on the shorts for instant confirmation. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you're not watching this on YouTube, check out the videos. Go ahead and watch the whole thing. It helps the algorithm. Let us know that we're here. And then also, it will help heal parts of you as these readings heal parts of me. Okay? All right, tribe. Talk to you soon.